Let's come to the PAT now, to the position analysis tool. The position analysis tool is a flexible instrument to optimize the use of the V12C. The PAT projects a candidate's or employee's profiling to client-specific requirements, usually a vacant job. I just read the instructions. This is the online questionnaire which I have within the system. Within each block, you will find 3 statements. All statements need to be evaluated with regards to specific job description. Please rate the statements on a scale from 1 to 6. So 1 means not important or not applicable. 6 means very important or fully applicable. Please note, it is not allowed to distribute equal scores within one block. So we cannot, if I put here a 6, the other 2 cannot be put a 6. It must be a 5 and then a 4, or a 4, 5, 6, or whatever. This prevents the client from moving all scales up, saying I want everybody high every scale. And in business, most of the time it's like that. They're looking for this Renaissance person. And then they find it, and then the person will say, what kind of job is this? So from the construction or from the design, it's a combination of ipsative method and Likert type scale method, a traditional psychometric method. How is it working? Or how did I do it? There are altogether 40 groups of these 3. Here you see the group number, then you see the statement number, then you see the statement, and at the very right, to which the statement belongs. Here, for example, taking on opportunities and solving practical problems is something the candidate should enjoy. Then we see this is the integrational extrinsic worldview, and it's the balance. So you see, every statement is connected to a scale of Hartmann. And I have 12 main scales within my system, all the DIM IES and the INT IES. So that means each scale is addressed 5 times in a statement. 120 statements in 40 groups, and they are all permutated. So that you ask the scale in different contexts. If somebody's interested, I have several copies of the questionnaire here for you. And this means that the PAT works as a systematized management view. If you know about the job, for example, the consultant is coming to the client, talking about the job, knowing now everything about it, then going back home and make the questionnaire. Then he put his knowledge in some way into it. And this is how the system shows it. You see here the scales: empathy, ability, concentration, minimum, maximum, and the median. And if you, after having made this, you can go there and adjust or fine-tune manually in order to see whether this is plausible or not, or you can even bring in benchmarks, saying, well, what is the DNA of special salespeople in this area? Maybe we could adjust to that. If there's time in the discussion, I can show you how we aggregate profilings. We can also aggregate profilings and show distribution and so on within. Let's have a look at John Doe within this example. Yeah? I have here the integrational intrinsic worldview scale. And we see that he's got a yellow here with the bar. That means the bar exceeds the range which is desired. And here, with the concentration, we have a green. That means the diamond is within the desired range, 35 to 65. Here I have to have a look, and within the job I can say if John is enough with people, he will be all right within this job. And the balance will help him to get along with the problems there.
So you're saying he's overqualified?
I would say overqualified, and as a consultant I have then to have a closer look. Will this for him feeling uncomfortable in his job or not?
He needs people contact.
Yeah. Yeah. So I only give, let's say, some guidelines for the consultant to go deeper into it, but content-wise, one has to go into it. Here, for example, this is interesting. This is the integration and extrinsic self, and we have two reds. That means he misses the corridor. He's below. So we have to ask what are the reasons for that. And we found out the reasons in the interview. Because he's not happy in his current job. Yeah. So this, the bar here went down, and also the diamond. And then we have to judge, well, will this change or not? Yeah. We, in the end, decided together with the client that it will change. John Doe was in a startup company, software business, and yeah, he was there quite long, and it does not satisfy him anymore. He wanted a more global job, and this job he got is the one of a global director global project operations within a bigger telecommunication company. So we decided in the end that this is the best fit. And at the end of the report, you see the total match. So this bar here shows us the distance from all the means, from all scales. Yeah? And then we have here, from not recommended to outstanding qualifications, this scale. And you see then here how many greens, how many yellows, how many reds. But then you have to go into it content-wise. And this is the last thing within the report, the so-called standard profiles. We match them all the time, despite the fact we use the pad or not. And it's quite liked by the participants, because they see at one glance which kind of job is better for me or not so good. And behind these also lay 24 parameters, which I developed with respect to my consulting experience.
Time.
Yeah. What did I say to you? I introduced the V12C as a new business application for the HPP, told you the advantages about it, developed the path, and made the match out of it. Of course, I've given you one example. We have a lot, and maybe we'll have time in the discussion session to talk about that. For the time being, many thanks for your attention. Gilberto.
Yes. I think you developed a parallel form. Another.
Yeah, yes and no. What you see from the result is at the moment only coming from the Hartman statements. I developed the business statements and I can see them in the system, but I don't know, I don't let them out.
What was the main reason to develop another test?
Yeah, there are several ones. The first one is the Germans are really skeptical, so they said it's too short. It cannot be. It cannot be. You cannot scan a person within a few minutes. Well, I said, we double it, we have a better chance to that. The second thing is, there are some terms which are not so easily anymore understood, like burning an heretic at the stake or something like that. Or the terms are, yeah, in a way offensively perceived from the people. So in the long run, I would like to become independent, maybe, from these old items. And the third one was cross-validation and cross-correlation. So if someone really tries to manipulate us, I can compare the two worldviews and the two self-views and draw my conclusions about out from that. I'm preparing a study, a validation study with respect to the new items, but for the time being, the result is always coming from Harvard. Dave.
I think that's the best model I've seen so far, except for mine.
So this is an honor for me.
No, I think that is really great, Uli. I was so pleased to see that.
No, I really went quickly through it. So
I think you're to be congratulated for developing this on your own. My goodness, that's
yeah, it was. There were some night sessions. Yeah, you're right. No, it's not so. But it's not rocket science, to be honest. I'm not a programmer, so therefore I started doing that in Excel, and you can do everything in Excel. Yeah. So you can really start from the input coming there, making the HVP here, having all the scales done in something here, drawing it back in an overview, bringing a report out of that, having the characterizations in it. There are more than 800 text bricks in every language. We have German and English complete at the moment. There, the pad construction is there, some more text, and there are the profiles for the standards, where you see that you have all the 24 parameters here. You have the possibility to weight them. Then you have that kind what you choose, and then you have the contribution to that. So it's quite a lot of work, but it's possible to do. And then after that, programmers transform that into a MySQL basis, which is online, and you can go now very easily go into the system by the internet. So if you go there, we have the possibility to go inside. And
In what language? In what programming language?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a MySQL, so it's a standard form. Yeah. So you see the back office where you have the profilings in it, and you can really easily draw them from the system, and you can go to the pads and then match them. And this back office is also accessible for my partners. I have, meanwhile, in 1.5 years, certified more than 70 partners who are able to use this application.
What are you using as a back office?
No software at all. This is a complete online application. So you just need to go to our website, go to the partner menu, go to the partner area. You go inside there with the username and with password. And then you have exactly this here, and can match, as I said. You can also draw, for example, team reports. If I have here, let's have a look. We take 3 people together. Then we draw this as a team report. Name it, let's say, Dream Team or something like that. And draw it from in English we have it. Draw it from the system. And then you should have, in less than a second, the aggregated report of these 3 people. That means within the main scales, you see the medians.
An overlay of these.
Yeah, I show you.
People in the team.
I show you. You see it here in the main scales. Let's have a look. Here, I make it a bit bigger, that you see it. You see the mean of all 4 people there, and you see also the distribution. So this is the distribution here of the bar, and this is the distribution of the diamond. So you can see within a team whether you are on one or distributed like that.
Can you identify the individual in the team that may be pulling the others down or holding them back?
Yeah, but the team report just says how many person, so there's no name in it. 6 individuals are here now. I had some others 4 selected, therefore. But of course, as the consultant knows from whom is drawn, but you can use this anonymized in a workshop. Yeah, in a team building workshop. Say, look like that, and you don't point on the people. Say, you are that, you are that. You see, this is the situation. There's somewhere that, like that. Any more questions?
Okay, great.
Wonderful.
Fabulous.